as we join you from Northwest Stadium, just outside Washington, D.C. Today, it's Week 4, and we've got what should be a great one here, as it'll be the Seattle Seahawks taking on the Washington Commanders. On the visitors' sideline, Seahawks head coach Mike McDonald. His guys flew across the country for this one. Always tough to play in the early slate of games when making that trek. On the other side, Commanders head coach Dan Quinn. His guys ready to show out in front of the home fans as they try to send them home happy at the end of this one. Fall is in the air, and the NFL season is in full swing, and we're underway here in Week 4. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession. And they are led out there by their mobile quarterback.
And the guys on the other side of the ball know they'll have to be on their toes. And it's obviously not just the passing, but the running element that makes him dangerous. He ran for over 100 yards in that game last week. So keeping him contained would be a big emphasis for this defense.
That's a loss of 4 on that first play, and it's second down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Sticking with Walker on second down. And he'll get about 6 up to the 27-yard line. Now this defense for the Commanders, they were very good in the win over Dallas a week ago.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there. And they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. The Seahawks will call on Michael Dixon on fourth down to punt this one away. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. It's a return of 5 following a punt of 42 yards. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. So out comes the Washington offense onto the field. And a look at a guy, definitely got a little razzle-dazzle to him. Can do it with his arm or his legs. Their mobile QB. They'll run it. Here's the rookie from Ohio State. And they showed off the athletic juke. Good little gain there. Not a whole lot of real estate, but a nice carry. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and it'll be second and very short. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hunt. And he'll get nothing out of that one. Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Out of the gun, they run it with Hunt. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11.
At the 44-yard
To throw is Daniels. Middle of the field, he's got McLaurin. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 45-yard line. From the shotgun, it's Daniels. Pass caught, it's Lane with it. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a 1st down again.
Commanders, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 28-yard line.
Running with Hunt here out of the shotgun. And he'll be taken down just shy of the red zone at the 21. Now 2nd and 3.
Gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
To the air goes Daniels. He finds his man, complete. It's Lane. That's good for a 1st down, his 2nd catch of the opening drive.
That's another Washington 1st down. 1st
Handoff up the middle. Hunt. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. Hunt will try going up the middle. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. A great effort there with his 6th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Commanders are on the board first here this afternoon. Well, first quarter, maybe too early to talk about statement drives, Charles, but that sure seemed like a statement drive right there.
Well, if we're going to talk about statement drives, I think what they're saying is we're going to establish the run. They gave it to him early and often on this drive, and he wound up taking it into the end zone.
York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. Oh, a heck of a move.
Man.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their second drive. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. I would find out who my playmakers are, get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offensive move a little bit.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
They were able to win last week despite him being sacked 4 times. They might need to tighten the reins a little bit, or this one may not end in another victory.
You're right about that. They can't count on just winning the game no matter what happens. They can't let the accumulation of hits and harassment in the pocket get to their quarterback. Got to stop that, give him clean lanes to throw the football in order to have a better chance to win again this week.
It's a gain of 2 yards, and it's 3rd down.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Throw out wide is incomplete.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things, get back to what works.
Call that a 41-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. They go play action. Daniels. He'll get this complete to Sinnott, the tight end. From just shy of midfield, here's a 2nd and 4.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at their 49-yard line.
A carry here for Hunt. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Working out of the gun, Daniels. Short throw here to the tight end Bates. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Commanders 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
They'll run with Hunt. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7.
That's another Washington 1st down. 1st and goal at the 7-yard line.
Now Daniels. He's got it. Touchdown, Commanders. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Commanders lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ball game. Another impressive drive, so they're 2 for 2, 2 touchdowns. Charles, a great start to this ball game for them.
And one of the words that's really worked its way into our lexicon is stacking. They've stacked momentum each time out, and not only on offense. Between those touchdowns, defense held, forced to punt to get the ball back, and they've played awfully well in this one. Both sides playing at optimal level.
Extra point by York is up and good.
And that'll make the score 14-0.
And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
Seattle now ready to march out of the field. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. Working to put a drive together. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive.
Pitch and catch to Moreau, the tight end.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. In motion, the tight end. 2nd and 9 now.
There's a short one caught by Arroyo.
Will go down as a gain of 6. And this will wind up being a 3rd and 3.
It's a gain of 6. And it's 3rd down.
They're going to look to throw.
And the Washington pressure gets to him, and he will go down.
Trey Hendrickson able to record his 5th sack of the season.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over.
So here is Washington now to take over.
They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10.
Play action, now it's Daniels.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds.
Here's Daniels. There's a short one pulled in by center.
And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd.
They'll try to run for the first down with Hunt.
Gain of 6. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Second quarter now from our nation's capital, and it's Washington in possession of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
They run with Hunt.
And he maneuvers up the middle for 3, and it's 2nd down. 2nd down and 6 now.
2nd and 6 at the 45-yard line.
Throwing now is Daniels. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
3rd down and 6.
Daniels looking to throw. And that's to the left sideline and incomplete.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed, because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
Washington going to send out their punter
as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. As Seattle now ready to march out of the field.
Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive.
It certainly looked like maybe his 3rd or his 4th read on his progression. Just trying to find his outlet man that time. Ends up leading him just a bit too much.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air.
They'll let this go deep for Smith and Jigba.
And all the way down to the 29. It's a big play there for Seattle. 44 yards.
so often when we're watching a football game, we see one with a lot of ebbs and flows, and this one is no different. And sometimes you just need a big play to wake you up a bit. And they get one right there. That shot of caffeine this offense was looking for.
And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. And that one incomplete, but now a penalty flag coming in late. That might be PI. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Smith and Jigba with a grab. Here's 2nd and 7.
To Jackson, Smith, and Jigba. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete. Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play. Now the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. Washington on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 7. And this is going to be incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they throw it.
Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked.
Partner, I think they saw something there. I mean, it came from the right side deliberately, and you know there's always a designated guy who goes and blocks it, but it's the rest of his teammates that get it free.
The Commanders' offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. And as a play caller, when you've got a guy who's running like this, you lean on him and your offensive line. He's had big hole after big hole to run through in this first half. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And it's been a good first half so far. Up 14-0. Points here. They could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
On 1st down, they'll run with Hunt. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense. A little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there forcing a loss on that play.
2nd and 11. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Derek Hall in there that time to get him to the turf.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. Washington going to send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And that is very well done there as this will be marked out of bounds at the 5-yard line. Jackson Smith and Jigba and his offense ready to go once more here. There's a lot of talk in training camp about him getting off to a hot start this year, saying that they needed that. Well, he's done it through the first month.
It kind of reminds me of one of those great musical groups where one person has their name out front, then they have the backups, right? He's the guy out front because the backups...
that is going to be a safety.
At this point, I think it's a surprise when he isn't close to being sacked on a passing down. The amount of times he's hit the deck today, I think a lot of us are reading safety before they even took the snap. Simply a merciless pass rush every step of the game, and that rush earns a crowning achievement there.
So after that safety, now a free kick situation forthcoming as they punt it away from the 20.
And this will be taken at the 13. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the second quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here.
Tershawn Wharton, the one to get him to the ground on the defensive side. They work now on 2nd and 9.
Back to throw. Daniels.
And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
It's now 3rd down and 9 yards to go.
Operating from the gun. Daniels. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Luke Woolen on the coverage there defensively. Washington going to send out their punter
as he's on here to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. This is taken at the 23. 45 yards, that's what the punt goes for. 5 on the return. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. As Seattle now ready to march onto the field.
Remember, they had the safety go against them the last time they had it. Fortunately, their defense just forced the punt, so they'll try again as they start 1st and 10.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Under pressure, and down he goes. Deron Payne. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half. That's number 4. Sack number 4. They had 4 last week, so he's been down on the ground a lot.
Partner, they say the eye in the sky does not lie. And that's indeed the case because they watched the game tape from the previous week, incorporated it into their own defensive scheme, and continued to get after this quarterback.
And now this defense will be searching for sack number 5. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon.
Setting up the screen here. This is Walker.
Shreds him with a stiff arm. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds.
16 yards on the play. It's now 3rd down.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Seahawks 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's good for a Seahawks 1st down.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Back to throw. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
3rd and 12.
A loss of 2 yards. And it's 3rd down.
From the midfield strike, they'll look to throw. That's going to be caught by Samuel. So the completion good for just 3. And it'll be 4th down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Here's Michael Dixon now to punt. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback.
Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Daniels from the gun on third down. He's got his target. That's complete. Down the right sideline.
And down to the 29-yard line. So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's first and 10. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. A good response by the defense, sending them backwards after that huge gain last play. They'll have to deal with a 2nd and 14 now after the loss.
To throw is Daniels.
Middle of the field, he's got McLaurin. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half.
Here now, 3rd and a yard.
Looking to throw. Daniels.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping.
A bit of a jump there, CD. He breaks the line, and that'll be 5 yards.
And you've got to stay more disciplined than that, Brandon. That's just a free gift to the offense.
They'll try to run it in, going option right. That is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown.
Jaden Daniels
As the first half is winding down.
and the Commanders are able to widen their lead here in this first half. York now for the extra point.
And that PAT pushes the lead up to 23 now. So that drives 7 plays in length. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And the decision to bring it out, kind of a costly one, as he won't make it back to the 20.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway.
And with only 9 seconds remaining, and not much time, we'll see how they play this.
And he almost gets this to the 30, taking down about a yard shy. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. They'll throw now on the final play. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Halftime coming up. Let's get you down to Orlando and our buddy Scott Hansen with our EA Sports. And we'll jump right over halftime and keep the game going here in Week 4. Second half kickoff ready to go.
And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Able to slither by.
And able to get this out to the 25. The Washington offense ready to go to begin the third quarter.
Looking to put a drive together. They'll start the third quarter on the ground with Hunt. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 26-yard line.
To the air goes Daniels.
That'll go as a loss of 9, and it leads to 3rd down.
A loss of 9 brings up 3rd down.
We'll see where they go for this play call. Obviously tough in this spot, backed up.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
That is caught.
And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 3rd and 19, no problem, as they're able to convert.
Commanders first down. 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
good vision there. It's across midfield and down to the 45-yard line. 84 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
They run again with Hunt. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage.
45-yard line. 1-yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9.
Back to throw. Daniels.
Pass caught. It's Lane with it.
Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5.
Now Daniels. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's going to have a Commander's first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
They'll come up 2nd and 7.
A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7 on the Seahawks 28-yard line.
Now the first carry here for the running back.
Oh, fine work there as he gets this thing down to the 11-yard line. They get 17 there. Good for a Commander's first down.
And the Washington.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard.
Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
Incomplete. He was covered by Jamal Adams.
From the shotgun, it's Daniels. On the throw, let him too much that time. It's incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
From the gun on 3rd down, Daniels.
He'll try and do this himself.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. Third and 10 wasn't going to be easy. Now after the holding penalty, they have to deal with a 3rd and 20.
Now Daniels going to keep it.
And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 16, but they'll remain short of the marker, and it's 4th down.
16.
Cade York on now for the field goal.
From the right hash, and this one just a chippy.
A 22-yard attempt.
York able to send this one through.
And that will extend their lead even further.
Well, they picked up right where they left off in the first half. First drive after the break, they come away with 3 and increase that lead.
Yeah, and you just want to keep building on that lead, don't you? Whether it's 6 points or 3 points, take everything you can get, keep maneuvering, keep adding to it, keep making it difficult for them to come back.
And a good effort on the return there. Gets them across the 30, up to the 3rd and 3.
Looking to put a drive together. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down. Back to throw here.
But he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home.
That winds up pushing him back 11 yards on the sack. And that'll bring up 3rd.
For a rookie first-rounder, he's made a huge impact on this defense, but that tells me that they had a plan for him when they drafted him. Just turn him loose, do what you do best, go get the quarterback.
He'll look to throw. Had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
And you can tell just by looking at them that this offense is a frustrated unit. Things are really unraveling here, and as a head coach, time to earn your paycheck. You've got to find a way to keep it together as that brings up another fourth down.
And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away. Dances by him.
And now it looks like he's in some discomfort after being tackled at the end of that return.
The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. Daniels going to try to sneak. And he's going to have a Commanders first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Commanders first down. 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up 2nd down. From just across the midfield stripe, here's a 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
On the run, this is Hunt.
And some solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 38. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
And here's a handoff out of the gun.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Well, that's not an easy play for a defensive end because most of his responsibility has him getting upfield and working. But how about his vision to see where the play was going? Crashed down inside and tackled him for a loss.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20.
1st and 10 at the 19-yard line.
Now an option play, and he'll keep it.
And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
Washington first down. 1st and goal at the 7-yard line.
A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
Now Daniels going to keep it. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down.
Gain of 3 brings up 2nd and goal at the 4-yard line.
Throwing now is Daniels.
And he is going to go down back at the 11-yard line. A big win there defensively on 2nd and goal. A loss of 7, and it brings up 3rd. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal.
Touchdown, Washington.
Terry McLaurin from 10 yards out.
And the Commanders start to open this lead even wider here in the 4th. Well, Charles, they had the comfortable lead, and now it's even more comfortable. Another score here in the 4th quarter to grow that lead.
But I think your initial reaction is surprise when you see a team piling it out this late in the blowout. but there are plenty of coaches who also think that if you pull up completely and stop trying to play the game, it shows disrespect to their opponent. So they don't want to embarrass them. They continue to let their players go for it.
Extra point by York is up and good.
And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards.
8 yards on the pickup brings up 2nd and 2 at the 36-yard line.
On play action, they'll throw.
And that almost their first INT of the ballgame. Had his sights on it, but he couldn't seal the deal.
They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out.
They'll run for it. It's Walker.
And he is not going anywhere. They stop him for no gain. The Seahawks go for it but can't convert.
And Washington will take control of the football in great field position.
So he needed the short yardage, Charles. He elected to try to bounce it outside of the outer third, unsuccessful.
Sometimes those plays are stacked up by the defense and there's nowhere to go, so you have to bounce it outside. And some backs just get impatient. They want to go to where they think there's more open territory instead of going where the play was actually blocked. In any case, it didn't work here.
Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground.
And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Commanders continue to run up the score. They lead it big here in the 4th. York on now for the extra point.
And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2.
York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. Seattle again getting ready to take over offensively. I hate to say it, but at this point, I don't really know that they're playing to win with this deficit in the 4th quarter. They're just trying to erase that 0 on the scoreboard, Charles, and get some type of momentum to carry into the film session tomorrow.
If you get any type of points on the board, it'll count as a moral victory, although no one will talk about that in the post-game press conference. That's not something you mentioned in the NFL. And this loss, it already stings and will for a while, but everyone on that offense knows it'll sting a lot worse if they don't put some points up on the board.
Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
Brings up 2nd
and 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw again. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
That's a gain of 3. It's 3rd and 7.
Back to throw again. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Offensively lucky they were able to keep the football, but now 4th down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. One, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But two, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
A 41-yard punt there with no return.
And they will take over 1st and 10. The Commanders' offense and Jaden Daniels getting set for this next possession.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll.
They're looking at a 3rd straight win here if they can hold on.
They'll start on the ground here on 1st down.
And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4.
2nd and 6.
Tyrese Knight on the tackle. A gain of 4.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
42 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
That's good for a Washington.
Hate to be blunt, but it is just continuing to prove to be the case that this O-line is manhandling this D-line right now.
They deserve to roll up their sleeves and show up their biceps because they're doing exactly what you just described, manhandling the defensive front. They've got the leverage, they're powering through, and they're controlling this game.
That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20.
Another Washington Commanders 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 30.
Even I can figure out who deserves the lion's share of credit for their lead right now because he has been terrific in a dual threat role, really chewing up yardage and getting them points with his legs. Simply put, that defense has had no way of stopping him, and that's why his side is on top.
And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal.
Here's Daniels.
And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line. It's a loss of 4, and now it's 2nd and goal.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
And that is well read there defensively. He was looking to use his speed to get the edge, but they said no way.
Well, they've had success on the ground on this drive, and that makes a defense more likely to overcommit to stop the run as they did on that play. But keep in mind, it makes them susceptible to play-action passes as well.
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin with now 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns.
And the Commanders extend their lead yet again. Boy, he has been fun to watch throwing the football in this one. And it's certainly not fun for that defense, though, Charles. Now up to 4 touchdown passes in this ball game.
Yeah, we're supposed to be neutral, but I'm feeling their pain right now because he has absolutely carved up this secondary. A clinic on how to attack the defense and take them out of the game.
Extra point by York is up and good.
And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense.
It's been a tough go for them. It's still without any points here in the 4th quarter. And a big deficit, Charles. But they moved the football on some drives. They just haven't had any points.
Yeah, I know in their minds they're thinking the game plan has actually been working. We just haven't scored points. Well, isn't that the bottom line, partner? To put points on the board. So if you're moving it and you're not scoring, is it really working? Right now, they've got nothing left to lose. They might as well go for gold.
And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
1st down, Seattle.
Now back to throw. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete.
Into space at the 45.
And he'll finally be taken down just shy of midfield. First down, Seattle on a pickup of 13. They'll look to throw. Now he's going to step up and run. They'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They're looking at second down now as they search for a consolation score.
Now he'll tuck this and run. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 31-yard line.
That's another Seahawks first down.
They'll set up to throw.
Now he's going to step up and run.
And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line.
11 more yards. And the Seahawks first
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. So that'll be no better than an incompletion. And that'll bring up second down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Back to throw now on second and 10. And this one is incomplete.
Looks like they're going to keep throwing to the bitter end. This one's long since over, but give them credit. They're going to go down fighting. That one, incomplete.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. They're going to look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line.
Okay, this isn't one where you want to take the game tape and hold it up as an example, do you? I mean, you talk about frustrating all the way through. And that last error, I think that crystallizes it, doesn't it?
Absolutely. That's been representative of their entire game still being shut out.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Well, they came into this one with a vision, Charles, and it was played out exactly as they hoped, if not even better. They've got the huge lead here, and now the football for the final moments of the 4th.
Yeah, and it was apparent that they were the better team, right? We figured that out pretty early. But give them a lot of credit for staying with it. They didn't stumble around out there. They didn't create a lot of errors for themselves because they were the superior team. They took care of business and closed them out pretty quickly.
And Charles, when you look at the stat sheet, you realize that both sides of the ball were so dominant in this game. And on offense, not only did they score it, but they did it through the air as well as on the ground. Everything was working.
And you know that the guys who scored the touchdowns, who contributed that way, that threw them or ran them, they're going to find our cameras and have a big grin for them. But I hope our cameras find that offensive line. How versatile were they? Move the ball on the ground, move people so they could run it, and then protected their passers so they could throw it.
So for Washington,
they're on a nice early roll as they move to 3-1 with a win here. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for the Seahawks, they'll drop down to 1-3. And they'll try and turn things around next week as they have a date at Soldier Field with the Chicago Bears.